Hey, what's going on there, people of the fog? So PTB was released today, just dedicated servers, so we didn't really get any good stuff as far as to play with. The new chapter will be releasing tomorrow, not today. Behavior decided they were going to put the content within the game, as I knew they would, because it wouldn't really make sense to make a separate patch and include all that new content in the game. Rather, just have an unlocker within the game and just unlock all that shit for us to play test with. So the reason why it took me this long to get this video out to you guys is, well, it takes me an incredibly long time to rig up the armatures and then rig up the textures to work properly within Unity, so you guys can see what they're kind of rendered as in another engine. It's very similar though. Going from Unreal Engine to Unity doesn't really look any much different in terms of how the models really look. That's just my preferred method to render them up for you guys. I'm also going to try to make a video showcasing what the new cosmetics and the new slashers and the new survivors look like within the developer build. So Michael Myers was the one that showed us how to do that, and so I thank him a lot for that. So I'm going to try to see if I can get that working. I think he's actually working on trying to get that out to us right now. I haven't heard from him whether or not he was successful with it or not. Chapter will be released tomorrow. I will probably do a video of me playing it tomorrow, testing the Demogorgon out and things like that. I don't know if I'll test out the new survivors, because I usually they play no different than any other survivor, honestly, other than their perks are just a little bit different. So yeah, a list of cosmetics that we got. We didn't really get a whole lot this time around. The reason for that is I think it's because we're getting another Halloween event where we're going to get a bunch of new cosmetics for Halloween, just like we got with the Hall of Blight event. So the new cosmetics that we did get, we got about like 4 or 5 of them. So the ones that we did get here, I'll have listed on the screen of what they look like. So there's that. So the Halloween event, I already told you about that. So yeah, the cosmetics that we're probably going to be getting, that's why we didn't get so many, is because we're going to have one for the Halloween event. So yeah, now I will go ahead and show you guys what the new Mori is for the Demogorgon, as well as what it looks like and things like that. I also have both Steve and Nancy rendered up as well into Unity, so let's go ahead and show you guys what that looks like right now. Okay, so this is what the new killer looks like, as well as the survivors. So again, we're getting a Stranger Things release, obviously, so the Demogorgon, Steve, Nancy. So I did put in their cosmetics here. This is the one for the Demogorgon, so he's getting a chain cosmetic. We already saw what this kind of looked like within game. From what Behavior sent us. So, pretty cool. Here's a close-up of the teeth. In case you guys didn't know, the teeth are actually a texture. These aren't actual meshes per se. I mean, it is a mesh, but it's a two-dimensional mesh. It's not a 3D mesh. So, it's pretty creative how they're able to make this look more three-dimensional by putting a bunch in here, though. So, a little fun fact for you guys. And then that's just the regular Demogorgon look for him. Here's our boy Steve, and I have to say the likeness for these characters is pretty spot on to the show. I don't know if maybe these may be CGI models that were ripped from the actual TV series, because I know the Demogorgon, they did say that the Demogorgon was a ripped asset from Stranger Things show, so it's not their original design. However, they did have to rig them up properly, and they did have to do some modifications to get them to work within their engine. So a little fun fact there. Then we have Scoops Ahoy Steve here. He's got his little ice cream scoop in his little holster. That'd be kind of cool if you could use that. And then we have Nancy here. And I remember somebody in our Discord, sorry I can't remember off the top of my head, but they mentioned that the cheekbones for Nancy are a little off, and I do agree, or at least the jaw here. It's a little too, makes her chin look a little too pointed, and it's actually more straight if you look at the actress's face. Not entirely sure why they did that, but it would be an easy fix to fix within like a program like Blender or something. Little nitpicky shit, and it really doesn't really matter, but And then here's, I believe this is the season 3 Nancy. So season 3 Nancy there, and then you guys are gonna love this one. So this is what you guys probably want to see. This is what the Mori looks like for the Demogorgon. Looks pretty brutal. I kind of like it. And we have poor old Steve getting destroyed by him. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like right now. Let me go back here a little bit. So he kind of stabs him in the chest and just kind of eats his head a little bit. That mouth, pretty cool. I love it. And I'll show it off one more time. Kind of a weird little animation there, though, where he kind of gets thrown back on his side, because he doesn't really get thrown back by anything there. I don't know why he does that, but so that's what the Mori looks like on a survivor for the Demogorgon. Pretty cool stuff. I kind of can't wait to see this on other survivors and not just Steve himself. Alright, and then this is one of the new cosmetics that we are getting, and I decided to import this one specifically because he looks like the best out of this lineup, which is our doctor here. Doctor's pretty nice looking, a lot of shine going on, and I think this is supposed to light up in game because I have a BDE texture, and what BDE textures are within Unreal Engine, or at least within what they call them in Dead by Daylight, is they add a luminescence to whatever part of the mesh that is on the body or within game. So like the blight models, for example, all that goo that was like kind of emitting and stuff, that's what would that's what a BDE texture would do to a mesh to make it illuminate. So this weird blood bag that he has on his arm illuminates a little bit. So yeah, but very detailed stuff. Like it doesn't cease to amaze me that these artists are just like top notch, man. Like they make some really nice art when it comes to this game. Very creative. So I always give them props when it comes to making cosmetics for certain characters, and it's just mainly the killers in general. Like the killers are just phenomenal. Like there's just so much detail that goes into these meshes. I love it. And yeah, that's his little weapon. I don't know what this quite is. It looks like maybe a circuit or something. See if I can get a closer look. Maybe a prosthetic. I don't really know. Like it looks like an electric circuit piece or something like that, but I don't know. I'm not no electrician. Anyway, so that's what the models look like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those little sneak peeks there. If you guys haven't already seen this, but yeah, so I'm going to spend some time to do some further finishing edits on these all, and I'll basically be putting these on my Mediafire account in case you guys want to play with these in VR chat. So I just need to do some finishing touches with them. So yeah, hopefully you guys have fun scaring people within VR chat. I'll definitely have a link to my Mediafire account if you guys don't already know that. I also have some links on my YouTube for VR chat, how to rig up avatars and things like that of your own. So if you guys ever want to rig up something specifically from Dead by Daylight, I do have videos there for you guys to follow. So if you guys have any questions or comments about that. But yeah, any questions or comments on this video, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and you guys have a good one. I will see you guys tomorrow.